Previously on the season.
Yeah, look, I'm happy. Second half, we got a little bit better.
I try and build good relationships with the guys I'm coaching with.
There's a lot of nerves running through the body, a lot of nervous energy, excitement.
4! Off your hands, 4!
Yeah!
Don't ever come at me like that again. It's a totally different tackle. You hold your ground.
We could be overcome with, the expectation or the pressure of game one and thinking, well, if we lose in round one, what's going to happen? Is our whole season done and dusted? But more so, I think, look, we've just said to the boys, look, really enjoy this. This is something really special to be able to do this and just give your absolute best. And if we play to our best and we come off, we'll be extremely happy and proud of ourselves, and so will our spectators.
Number 14, high tackle here. Last defender on the line. Foul play, go.
Nudgee and Gregory Terrace have for decades fought purposefully and respectfully on the rugby field, but very few games over the years have had an opening 10 minutes like this.
Go for the ball. That's you as well. Can I talk to the boys first? Yeah. This way.
Down to 13 men, Nudgee have still managed to hold a lead. Those players will return, but the team has had to make immediate adjustments.
You're always pretty clear about when you go down a player or two how you have to play the game, and that's in terms of slow the game down, control possession, until that period when you can get those players back on the field. And we did that really well, I remember, in that first half.
So is Robbins... Popo, he's got to be.
Yeah, first guy, go. Let's go, mate.
With player numbers restored, the game finally takes shape. But the home side's early indiscretions are playing heavily on the mind of the coach.
So I'm going to roast him. As soon as we get on to half-time, I'm just going to roast him and say, look, if you've got any respect for me, you're going to do as I say. We're not mincing words anymore. We've got about 8 minutes.
I started it for the time off, like the 10 minutes.
I don't consider myself to be, a tactical genius, but one of the things I have been able to do with teams that I'm quite proud of is that I've been able to get them to be really disciplined. So for me, having 2 yellow cards in a very short space of time was really disappointing, and, there's a touch of anger there as well.
Go, Ethan! Ethan, hurry up! Scots! We're going for the kick. Yeah. So that takes it to 18-7, which is 2 tries. I need everyone in here first. Now let's get one thing really clear. I've got a blue head. I'm calm and I'm really clear, and I'll be really clear here with everybody. I need everyone's eyes here. Don't talk to anyone else. What we're doing is we're going to show some discipline. One of the easiest ways to get a yellow card is to tackle someone who's in the air. We're never doing that. So we've played now with 13 people. Do as you are told. Do not speak back to the referee under any circumstance. We're going to work our guts out by doing the simple things that we said we were going to do before the game when we go back in the second half, and we're going to ride over the top.
The Nudgee faithful have had plenty to cheer about in the first half. But a momentary lapse will turn the game on its head.
Just sit here, right? What am I doing? Water. Righto, listen, you need to keep a blue head, right? You need to get calm, okay? You can't change it, okay? So get your thought process good. Just calm down, okay? You got 8 minutes. Just think about everything you got to do now when you go out there, okay? You know your role, so just use this time now.
I just don't know what to do.
So don't dwell on that now, you can't change it, okay? Think about what you're going to do when you get back out there.
Rajan Pasatoa now has to watch helplessly as the visitors start to dominate the game.
Francis, yeah, you go. Go now for Vella. Well, you should try and play with 14 people, you know, for 15 minutes of the game. It's pretty hard to do.
Benny, tell Phoenix to clear the tower for Rajan, mate, because it'll be time after this kick. Yeah, go.
With 15 minutes remaining, Nudgee are trailing by 13 points. 2 converted tries are needed, but have they left their run too late? Moments of quiet desperation can either initiate action or suffocate any form of resilience.
Go, Bales! No, we score here, we're right back in this, mate.
Vice-Captain Ethan Bullimore prefers the former.
George! Hold there.
Go, ball!
Yes!
Hurry up! Francis! Hurry up!
If we score, you're sprinting out there because we're on the clock now.
Yes, go.
Yeah, but mate, I'm not joking. If we're up there, you're up there.
Jungler, get back!
Do something, Smalley. Go, son. Oh, we're close, mate. We're close.
I just had a belief that the boys were going to win the day. I knew deeply that they were a good bunch of boys who'd worked hard and prepared hard.
It's us!
By the time the first 15 games started, I felt almost emotionally exhausted before the game, and then to go through it, you know, you're kind of riding every tackle, every carry.
We made it hard on ourselves by not playing well in the first instance, and we made it especially hard by losing those 2 blokes, especially in a cluster. That's your best option, mate. Go, have a crack, son.
But as the clock hits 70 minutes, even the coach assumes the worst.
Yeah, it's full time. That's too many errors, eh? Just too many.
He hasn't called it. Still 2 to go. 7 to win. Mate, I'd take those odds. We're a good side. I'll take those odds.
With time up on the scoreboard, the team are left with one option: give the ball to Jungler Bennett.
I think it was Rajan gave me the ball, and I kind of just, everything else, like everything from there was just a blur. I don't know, I just ran, just wanted to score that bad and win the game, and I had no idea what the time was. Just, yeah, it was crazy. It was an unbelievable feeling.
Oh, that's it, mate. That's it now, buddy. It's all over. So he kicks this, we win. That's it. That'll be it.
When we scored, and I wasn't even celebrating, I went straight to Rajan and I was like, this is your kick. Like, you got this, don't worry. It's all on you. You got it.
Is there any pressure on this kick? No pressure on him at all. First game at Nudgee College in front of the grandstand. Say some prayers, Popo.
Yep, I am, mate. I'm shaking. I'm absolutely shaking the boots.
Sort of took a deep breath. I mean, I looked at the grandstand and saw all the boys in their blazers, and I just thought that, you know, that they got my back in this.
And again. You're yelling. Back you go. You cannot yell and scream. Charging down. No charge down. Back you go. I'm standing right here. They're running towards me, yelling and screaming. That was out. Was that out?
Well, to be fair, like from where I was standing, I thought he nailed the first one. That's it. He's got it. Oh, he's got it! No,
Oh, he's missed it.
No.
He's missed it.
What?
He didn't kick it.
I thought he got it.
No, he didn't kick it.
Oh, no. So I didn't realise until like a millisecond after that it had missed.
It's that feeling when your heart just drops to the floor and you see all the terrace kids cheering.
When it missed, I thought it was over, and I'm sure a lot of people in the grandstand, parents, everyone thought the same.
I thought he got it because I was standing far away from everyone else. I was like, I couldn't watch. I thought it went over, but I didn't see the reaction for anyone.
They're kicking it again.
Why?
They missed it. The flags didn't go up.
Our boys went up.
I spoke to Rajan's mum at the start of the game, and his mum just said, as long as the game's not decided by a kick from him after the buzzer, then I'll be okay.
It's on exactly the same spot.
Before I took it, Phoenix came up to me and said a few words, and that really gave me more confidence, I guess.
Are they allowed to run the second time or not?
No, they can't run.
Well, that first kick, I guess I was in a bit of a rush, and I ended up hooking it to the left, so that second one I needed another charge. So I took my time, did the same process, same steps, same run-up, same everything.
Looking at the stand and just seeing the emotion on every single boy's face in the stand, and just like everyone was so invested in this kick.
To make that final kick was just an extraordinary thing for a guy who's in Year 10 playing his first game in front of a significant crowd.
As soon as that ball crossed the post, went over, it was just a huge sign of relief. It was a very difficult day. Even the game was hard, everything had to be perfect, and just to get that second chance that not many teams get. We'll have our 23 union, and I can guarantee you the first thing that will be brought up will be that kick that Rajan put through to win us over Terrace.
Before the game I spoke to my kids and I said 3 things.
What?
Do the simple things right.
Yeah.
Make sure we exit. Don't give any yellow cards away. Three yellow cards and we couldn't exit to save ourselves. Thanks, fellas. Thank you.
When the kick was missed, to then be on the highest of all highs, it was, amazing, and I'll never forget that feeling.
Terrace were unbelievable. They threw everything at us. Beating them with such quality opposition under such circumstances was, it's one of the best feelings I've had in sport. Full stop. It was fantastic.
despite how good our coaches are and our support staff and all the rest of it, those kids would have struggled massively to get up the following week because it just would have taken so much out of them psychologically.
Dropping that game would have been a disaster because we had big opposition to play in weeks to come. We knew that if you dropped one game, you'd probably be out of it. As a team, if you go in round one and you get beaten on the buzzer, that's hard to get back from.
Jehovah, Jehovah. And we go, Nivu ke amara, Nivu ke amara. And then we go, Nganganjeni alogu.
I felt we needed to add something else to our rugby program and give the boys an opportunity to maybe give back. There's a lot of privileges that come with playing, a lot of responsibility and privilege to play for Nudgee.
Yeah, let's go last verse, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
We're going over there to basically do some social justice work and share what we can with our talents and our resources. And then hopefully while we're there, we'll be able to mix and mingle with the Fijian people.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. Now stop there. Like I said before, like Nudgee boys can sing, but they're lazy singers. Okay,
the whole notion of social justice runs very deeply in this school, and it goes right back to our forebears who were here since 1891 when the school began.
This little corner here is still a little bit quiet. Darcy, I know you got it in you.
We do it in a different way in 2017, but it's deeply felt in this community. We talk about our school motto, Signum Fidei, to be a sign of faith. A very real aspect to that is how we reach out to others. How do we help others beyond ourselves? What are we doing for the poor? What are we doing to support those either in this community or beyond our school to enhance their lives, to make their world a better world for them?
When it's almost a lament, they're like crying out to God for help.
Well, it's just basically giving the boys an experience with regards to language, with regards to music, and it really gives the boys sort of that cultural experience that they're about to have in Fiji.
Let's just be happy that we're not back in the day where if your song wasn't as strong, they cooked you up and ate you. So like.
The reason why I've chosen to go on this program over to Fiji, it's got a social justice aspect to it, and I feel like I can give back the gifts that I have to the program.
Hallelujah.
One month has passed and Nudgee College remain undefeated at the top of the GPS table. It's the traditional Friday night team dinner before the round 7 clash with Churchie.
What are we going to do? You guys say eat alive. What are we going to do? Eat alive. Bless us, O Lord, for these gifts we're about to see. We past our Lord. Live Jesus in our hearts forever.
Garlic bread and lasagna are the trusted carbohydrates needed for the game tomorrow. Feeding time is important to the boarding contingent in particular, but food for the mind is just as important to the team vice captain.
It's a priority for me. You know, I'd put it above football, you know, above rugby, because it's what's going to get me places, you know, after, you know, rugby's finished for me. So, you know, I think that probably stems back to my parents. You know, they've always emphasised how important it is, and I agree with that philosophy. You know, obviously there's always going to be a degree of, you know, inherent intelligence, but I think a lot of it has to do with hard work.
He was always going to be a student athlete in every sense, student first and athlete second, and that was certainly part of the conversation when he started here. We wanted to make sure we were able to support him in order to achieve both goals.
I've got like a very clear picture in my head of, you know, what I want to get out of my time here and what I want to achieve, like rugby premierships, you know, OP results, you know, subject results. But within all that, you know, coming out with a lot of great connections, you know, to, you know, old boys and, you know, fellow students, teachers, you know, it's just a school where you can sort of get a lot more than just, you know, learning and sport out of it.
Bullimore acts like a border, eats like a border, and protects his personal space like a border.
Yeah, apparently I take up a little bit more space than some of the boys would like.
He's quite large. He's quite large. Yeah, big forearms.
Hey, people is you too.
No, we got to
look at me, I'm like this.
We actually eat like gentlemen.
So we're all eating elbow to elbow. There's a lot of contact. It's very intimate. It's a very intimate dinner.
Despite being undefeated in 5 games, there is still concern that a complete team performance has yet to be achieved.
Well, I thought we were building, and we'd had scratchy form in those first few weeks of the season. There were glimpses of what we could do, and we hadn't put a solid 70 minutes of rugby together.
You know, up until that point, you know, we'd won every game, so you view it as a success. We were really happy the way the season has gone, but I think we'd all thought that we still probably had, you know, a little bit more to give. We could play a little bit better, and we had improvement in us.
We were patchy, no doubt about it. We won tough games, and we won it tough because our defence all year was really, really sound, like really, really good.
But the discipline continues to be a concern. And as the team ventures into their final 3 games, a Premiership title is far from a done deal. Next time on The Season.
Can you please find your kicking tee? Because I'm not buying anymore.
So just go out there, work together and just have a real good crack and you'll get away with the win. There's a reason you're undefeated this season.
All we've got to do is 15 people have to play at their best or a touch better and we're in. That's all right, that's all right, that's all right. It's got to get in out and out quicker than that.
For information on a campus tour, rugby clinic or open day, go to nudgee.com.